Alrighty.
See what happens.
I'm ready to go. It's starting with the FBI piracy warning too. I think it's perfect. Hello, and welcome to this week's episode of Futon Talks. I am your host, Josh Castro, and I am joined as always by my best friend and co-host, Chris. I don't have anything clever. This is Jaws 2. You think this is when I'm gonna pull it together and be smart and clever with my jokes? They didn't do that when they made the new movie. I'm not doing it when we do the podcast about it.
No.
But I am excited to talk about this movie, and I'm also just excited to watch it in the background as I talk to Chris today. But how are you doing, Chris?
I'm doing good.
That's good.
I'm on a new diet.
Another one?
Another new diet.
Every week, dude. This is great. Is this bagels?
Well, you have to sticking to pizza. I am seeing wonderful results.
Are you?
Yeah, I make 2 homemade pizzas every day, and I eat them.
I'm glad.
Pizza, also known as the Italian's multivitamin.
Wow.
It's wonderful. I feel so good.
You look so good.
Yeah. Thank you.
I'm so happy.
I've lost 6 pounds.
I need to try this pizza diet. I've tried it in the past and it did not work for me. So I think maybe I need to start making
You were
my
using
own.
the wrong type of flour.
That's what it was. You get yours imported from Italia, as it were.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Did I ever tell you about my friend? So he was a companion of mine on my mission. He's a good guy. I don't think he listens to the podcast, so I feel comfortable sharing this with all 27 people who are going to tune in. We would go to Subway, which in your eyes would be the first mistake, but that's not even where the badness begins. We go to Subway, and one of the best sandwiches on their menu back then was the Italian sandwich. Got ham, got salami, got maybe
ham,
prosciutto.
salami.
You know,
I was thinking just bread with spaghetti and meatballs in it.
That's called a meatball sub, Chris. It's okay. I know you don't get out a whole lot. But, you know, an Italian sandwich with all the Italian meats, you maybe put provolone or mozzarella, you melt that bad boy, and it's just wonderful. It's great. But he called it an Italian. Like he was like from 1920s
Like
New York. And he called Italian people Italians.
You go to Italy?
That's what I asked, dude. I was always like, what are you talking about, dude? You speak Italian? You go to Italy? Anyway, it was crazy. I'd never met anyone that did that ever in my whole life.
Mm-hmm.
It was a real shocker. And I served a mission in North Carolina, which should be more shocking. Also, people are dying in the background. Sorry.
Yeah, we might have to put like an epilepsy warning.
Like the camera's like flashing.
Lots of flashing.
Oh my gosh. Well, man, let me set the travel log, perhaps. I don't know, our little plan that we have going forward here. I have a small game. It's kind of like Wits and Wagers. I don't know if you've ever played Wits and Wagers, Chris. It's a good time. With partially shark facts and then a couple just personal vendettas sprinkled in. But don't worry about those. So we have that I'd like to start with. But it might be good, before we even do that, to kind of give a brief rundown of this film. Its legacy.
Which film is it?
This is Jaws 2, guys. I'm glad you guys made it this far through the Italian segment of the show. But Chris, before we go further, before we play my game, would you like to please remind everyone what happened in Jaws 1? And then, if you could... I
don't know if I can.
It's so much. It was so long ago. If you could... they should just go listen to our 3-hour episode on Jaws 1. And then come watch this. But, yeah, tell me what happened in Jaws 1, and then tell me what the heck happens in Jaws 2.
Yeah, I'd love to. So, obviously, Jaws, the 1975 classic. One of the best films ever created. One of my favorites. Is about a little Amity Island community terrorized by a 25-foot great white shark. You follow Martin Brody, who's sexy.
He is, dude.
And I mean, the main character really is Ellen. She's the best character. She's the most important.
The least important.
But you follow him. You know, he's doing the normal cop sheriff thing or whatever. He is the chief of police, so he has to protect everybody, even from sharks.
Exactly.
Which
It's his
I
main
didn't know was
job.
part of the job requirements was fist fighting some great whites.
Yes.
But you got him, and then he gets Hooper involved. Richard Dreyfuss, anti-Semitic guy.
Yeah.
He helps him. He's like a what is it?
He's like a shark expert, right?
I almost said shark oncologist, but that's not right.
He treats cancerous sharks.
What's the job that your sister wants? She wants to be a
She's a marine biologist.
marine biologist. That's what he is.
Yes, they both are marine biologists.
Um,
And she also is a shark expert. Ironically enough, that is what she does.
She fight sharks.
She doesn't fight them, but she knows about them. Lucky for her. I'm glad she doesn't fight them.
Yeah, but to say the least, that they meet this other guy, Quint, who is this hard-headed, stubborn USS Indianapolis survivor who likes to hunt sharks.
The coolest
And in the
dude
end,
ever.
they sorry?
He's the coolest dude ever. I love Quint.
No, he is. He has the best songs.
Yes, he does.
But they go and they try hunting the shark that terrorized the town, and Quint dies, and Hooper and Brody are able to survive. The boat that they were on is gone. The Orca, which in the background, the Orca was seen.
They were diving for
it. But yeah, that's pretty much it. They blow up the shark, and that's that. That should be it.
It was it until
Now there's
1976. The next year, I think.
No, 3 years later. 4 years in the movie timeline, but 3 years in real life. 1978. Lots of things have happened. Lots of changes.
That's right.
Well, just with Mike, actually.
Yes.
Brody and Ellen look the same, but Mike has gone through like three phases of puberty and has grown 10 years old.
He's now a man.
He's now a man. He was 9 in the first film, I'm pretty sure, but now he is a senior in high school.
He is a 17-year-old. And his younger brother is
the same age.
the same age.
I mean, yeah, Sean is basically the same.
Also, Sean is like the reason Marge dies. Spoiler alert, guys, if you were going to watch Jaws 2 this weekend and cared about Marge, I feel like Sean is to blame.
Maybe.
That kid didn't need to go. He was sitting in between two boats for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
Ridiculous. It'll come up eventually on the screen. You guys will see. That kid, he killed Marge. Anyway, excuse me, Chris. I interrupted your synopsis of Jaws 2.
I'm done. That was it, but
That's pretty much it. Oh, Jaws 2.
Jaws 2, yeah.
Before we talk about the actual film, talk about what was good, what wasn't. I want to do my little put you through the game. I'll explain Wits and Wagers to you really quick, Chris.
Thanks.
So the way Wits and Wagers works is you try to guess. So every answer is a number. Sometimes it'll be in dollars, years, amounts, whatever. But It's always a number. And you're trying to guess as close to the number as possible without going over it. Does that make sense?
Okay.
So like,
Yeah, sure.
for example, if the answer was 30,000 and one guess was 10 and the other guess was 30,001, 10 would win because 10's closer while also being underneath.
Okay.
You never want to bet over. So you can't bet over. That's like the main thing. Anyway, this game doesn't really work because there's only the two of us participating.
Two of us.
And I know the answer, so I'm not actually participating. But here's the thing. What everyone who's listening can do is you can give answers, and then you can send Chris messages about how stupid he is and how wrong he was, because you guys are right and he wasn't. So just play along with us. Some of these are shark related, as I said before. Some of them are not. I'll do the movie ones first.
Okay.
I want you to tell me, what was the budget for the first Jaws film, Chris?
Oh.
You might just know this. Some of these are the easy ones.
I have never looked up how much it cost. But if I was to guess,
Bruce was a big mechanical shark.
yeah. Say 25 million.
25 million. All right, I'm gonna lock this in. 25 million.
It's hard with today's big budget films, like what.
That's true. Because, I mean, with inflation, maybe this is a crazy amount. Now, I'm going to give you a hint. This is the twist. I'm going to tell you if you're high or low. And then I'll give you a chance to adjust your guess here. You are high.
Oh, okay. I'm high. So do I switch? Do I change my answer?
Well, if you're high, you're done.
Oh, okay.
Remember, these are the rules.
Was it like 12 million?
All right, 12 million. That's your final answer.
Okay. It's probably like 3 million.
All shark. The entire budget is just shark. Everyone at home, think of your answer. It is actually 9 million. So you were pretty close there on the second one. I wonder what $9 million from 70s would be today, though.
I'm probably closer to my first guess.
We'll see. Let's look. I'm going to put $1 1975 worth today. 551? Holy
5 times.
crap. All right.
So yeah, it'd be
9 times
it'd
5.5. 49 million. You were a little under there, buddy.
Yeah.
Exactly half.
So that means I would have won, actually.
No.
Yeah.
Well,
You just said 49 million.
You did win, but maybe the audience was better than you. And the answer was 9 million. So, all right, this is along the same lines. Now, Chris, with the success of Jaws 1 under their belts, what do you think the budget was for the second movie?
I bet it was stupid. I bet it was like, let's go 20 million.
All right. I can't say high or low because you're on the money, baby. 20 million flat. That's exactly how much they spent, according to Google. Wow. It's like Chris is a cheater or something. But with that in mind, then tell me, how much do you think Jaws the first grossed at the box office? So a $9 million budget. How much do you think they brought home?
That's so 75 million?
Interesting. You're a little low.
Oh, well. I'm gonna.
You don't want to go over.
I don't want to go over. I'm going to stick with 75.
All right, Chris is sticking with 75. The answer is 472 million. Wow. That's crazy.
That is a lot.
I didn't know that. That's insane. A disgusting figure that is, I think this would be surprised. This would surprise me. Guess how much the second film grossed? Double the budget.
280 million.
You're a little low.
$390 million.
208 million. You were just so close.
Darn it, you tricked me.
I did trick you. All right, that means I'm going to count your first one as correct. That means you have three out of 4. That's very good, Chris. You're going 3 for 4 right now. That's pretty. 3 for 4. That's impressive. Now we're going to the hard ones, though.
Okay.
Now, the next couple ones. These are death statistics because I started to think about how many people die from shark attacks a year. And then I started to think of all the other things people die of and how they all die of them more than of sharks.
Mm-hmm.
So to start off, 56 million people die each year, which seemed kind of low to me, but okay. With that in mind, there's 56 million dying every year. How many die to sharks worldwide? $7 billion people. 56 million gotta go.
I'm going to say pretty low. It's probably 20,000.
20,000.
Yeah. I can't imagine, like, this. If sharks were killing millions of people, I would think that would be like a news story.
Dude, I think if sharks were killing 20,000 people, it'd be a news story.
Probably.
Can you imagine?
I'm just thinking, like...
How, like, that'd be, like, hundreds a day. It'd be like 400 a day.
All right. How about...
You're a
how
little
about
high, I'll tell you that much.
How about this? 1,500.
1,500. That's a good guess. All right, everyone at home. It's not 20,000. Chris guessed 1,500. The real answer is 10.
I don't know. It just seems like something that happens a lot,
With
but
Jaws,
at the same time doesn't.
With Jaws in mind, you're right. I am genuinely
I
surprised.
think 10 people died in this movie alone.
I know, right? It is kind of crazy. All right, well then, I'm giving you a little what's the word? A little tip here. Every other cause of death is more than 10, so keep that in mind.
Thanks.
All right. Now, so you got
Have
that
you thought
one
about,
wrong.
like octopus death?
What was that?
Like octopus killings?
I don't have that. I should have. I tried to go a little
Probably
bit more
less than
wacky.
10.
It probably is less than 10. How many people die each year worldwide from coconuts falling on them and killing them?
75.
75? I will say you're a little low.
It's depressing. 80.
80. All right, Chris's final guess is 80.
Is it 20,000?
It is 20,000. No, it is 150 though, which is a weirdly large amount.
That's a large amount.
So you're 4 for 6.
You gotta stay away from coconuts, guys.
Yeah, definitely out from under those trees. This is a freebie. I don't have this one written, but Chris, how many people do you think die falling from trees each year? So instead of a thing falling from a tree to kill them, they are falling from the tree and killing themselves.
400.
You would think it would be that low. It is 1,400. That's a lot of people dying.
I was thinking of like linemen and stuff. But
That's
yeah,
true.
dude.
I didn't even think about that. This is probably just a bunch of kids in their backyards.
I fell from a tree.
You're not dead.
I'm not dead.
You could have been a statistic.
I probably climbed 10 feet up and fell on my back.
Oof.
Probably could have killed myself.
Probably. So I went down this rabbit hole while I was researching these. A Wikipedia page called List of Unusual Deaths. And it had like different eras. So it's like 19th century, 20th century, 21st, and then like the 2010s, 2020s. And man, I should have just like gotten some of them, but it seemed a little disrespectful because it's like people's lives ending. But
Yeah.
speaking of that, there was a guy, a soccer player. He like went to go do a somersault because he got a goal. Died, broke his back. Dead forever, never to come home.
Jeez.
Isn't that crazy? And then your stupid like 10-year-old butt is going up in a tree and like falling 10 feet and you're fine.
Yeah.
There's no problems with you. It's crazy, man. Let me read you the next one.
You know what's the scariest thing?
What?
SIDS.
SIDS? Oh, yes. Sudden infant death
It's
syndrome.
terrifying. Mm-hmm.
Can
Can you imagine just like we were the lucky ones? Like we could have just...
Yes. It's horrifying.
It is.
And speaking of which, I almost didn't put it on the list because, so, the the way they like structure some of these lists, they don't explain that some of these causes of death are like for infants as opposed to for like everybody. So one of the leading causes of death was 10,000. It's not leading. I mean, it's like the 30th in place or whatever. But it was like 10,000 something. And it was people suffocating or being strangled while asleep. But that's like sudden, that's SIDS pretty much. That's what they call SIDS a lot of the time. Is like a kid will get wrapped up in a blanket and they'll just stop breathing. And because of that, they'll just kind of die. Mm-hmm. But the reason that I was like, oh my gosh, is because that happens to me all the time. I've told you about this, right?
No.
I totally have. So I will
You're trying to give yourself SIDS.
I'm definitely not trying to. I like to sleep on my stomach. And sometimes I'll like be sleeping on my stomach with my face kind of in my pillow. And I'll get my arms like stuck under me.
Yeah.
Like an infant. And like either they're like this or something, you know? So I'm like on them.
You're
so I can't.
lying face first into the bed?
Yes. It's comfortable.
Psychopath. What's wrong with you?
I might be like rolling over in my sleep or something. But somehow I get, so I'm like, you know, my arm, it cannot push me up. You know, like I've lost blood flow to the arm. And my body will like wake me up because it's like, hey, you're dying. You're suffocating. And like, I'll be like in this half awake stupor where I know I can't breathe. And like, I feel like I'm not breathing. And I'm like, I've got to push myself up or I'm going to suffocate and die. But like, I just don't have the strength to do it. And then I go to sleep. Somehow I'm still here.
I recommend sleeping on your back more often.
That's what I've been doing to try to avoid death.
Is your face like in the pillow or is your face to the side?
It's like in the pillow and I'm too weak to move it. I don't do it on purpose.
Get you like a crib or something.
I know. I need like some sort of head brace to keep me from rolling over like that. It is truly terrifying though. Anyway, I was going to avoid telling that because I didn't want to like talk about, you know, SIDS, but thanks a lot, Chris. Look what you do. We are the lucky few. Me half as much.
This is a great scene.
Oh, it is a good scene. All right, Chris. I'm going to tell you, this one's a little bit bigger. How many people die each year from heart disease? Sometimes called obesity, sometimes just called cardiac issues, but often they're all kind of lumped together. Heart disease. How many people do you think, of the 56 million people that die each year, how many do you think die from heart disease?
1.2 million.
1.2 million. All right. You're a little low.
Okay. 2.4 million.
All right. Chris doubles his number, goes to 2.4. Giving everyone a chance to lock in their answers in their minds. And the answer is 18.56 million people die each year from heart disease.
It's a lot of people.
I sure am glad you're on your pizza diet. I was worried about you. This is going to be good.
Yeah, I was being an idiot eating all those berries.
Stupid, dude. Trying to get some antioxidants in your freaking diet?
Yeah, those things are toxic.
Idiotic. You're made to eat meat on bread and cheese. Do you have toppings on your pizzas or is it just cheese? Like, is it like a margarita?
It's pepperoni.
So you're like an American pizza diet.
Yeah, a real pizza diet.
I love that, and that's true. All right, this is a weirder one, Chris. How many people do you think die a year from constipation? I didn't know you could die from constipation.
90,000.
90,000. What do you think it looks like to die from constipation?
Pretty messy.
Oh gosh. Yeah, it's a horrible way to go, I would imagine. I will say you are a little high. You said 90,000?
Yeah.
You're slightly high.
9,000.
9,000. Alrighty. The true answer is 2,167.
Okay.
Which sounds like it's not a lot after saying 18 million.
That's quite a bit. That's still quite a bit.
But it's a lot, because that's like 200 times the amount of shark killings. Like, every guy who dies to a shark, there's like 250 other people that have died because of constipation the same year. Every day, there is another person dying of constipation. So, I don't know what's going on with people's bowels, but maybe they need to eat more pizza.
Yeah.
What about this, Chris? How many people die from lightning? They always say lightning never strikes twice. Is that because it kills so efficiently the first time it doesn't need to strike again?
Yeah. 400.
400? I'll tell you, you're a little low. But how low?
700.
The answer is 2,000.
My God.
What?
What are people doing?
Why are they? What are they doing on like mountaintops during thunderstorms? Like, holy crap!
I wonder if if that includes people in their cars, but you're not supposed to die in your car. But like, were you to get zapped in your car and then die of like a heart attack, would that be considered lightning or a heart attack?
Are they coronavirusing these numbers? Pulling like coronavirus patients out of like 20 car pileups and saying they died from coronavirus? Gosh darn it, they're doing it again. Darn CDC. Well, I've got a curveball for you.
All right.
How many people die a year from trampolines?
300,000.
Tiny bit high.
30,000.
They are very dangerous, right? Like, just looking from the outside in.
Yeah, I hit my head on a trampoline one time. And
you're cheating death left and right.
yeah, it gave me like a little scar right on my forehead.
Dang, that's where your soul was leaving your body until you were saved. Well, my friend, I will say your second answer was like 30,000 or something.
Yeah.
It's a little high. The answer is 11.
Okay.
That can't be right though, right? Like, in my mind...
Does it have to be on the trampoline?
If they hit the ground with their head, does that count? No. I mean, I think it's got to be including all trampoline-related injuries, but, like, there's no way that it's only 11. I've seen my own life flash before my eyes every single time I've touched a trampoline. They're just, like, rusty buckets of screws trying to throw you onto the ground.
They're the sharks of the dry land.
They are. Although they are beating the sharks by one.
They kill more than sharks.
The trampoline's doing more than the sharks do. Oh, it's kind of got me a little sad when I read that statistic. But I guess that's good. So you guessed over. I'm sorry, my friend. You are 5 for 8 right now. What about this?
Not bad.
We're closing in on the end here. How many people die from lawnmowers each year? I'll give you a hint here. It is narrowed down quite a bit because there's a lot of places in the world that just don't have lawnmowers. Whether it be they're not like a super developed country or they don't have lawns. Lawns are a kind of an American thing, all things considered.
Mm-hmm.
But how many people die? How many people die from lawnmowers each year?
I don't see how you could die from a lawnmower unless like you were killing yourself.
You ever see Sling Blade?
You ever see The Happening? What are these the ones you sit on or the ones that you push?
Either. It decided to lump them both in. Although I will say there are a ton of deaths each year with farming equipment. So yeah. It's not considering those. It's not saying those are lawnmowers, which makes sense. But there's like 40,000 a year with farming equipment. But with lawnmowers, it's like the lawnmower that you use at your house or that.
Let's go 50.
50. I'll say you're a tad low.
Wow. Okay. I was going pretty high.
There's some accident-prone people, or there were some accident-prone people out there, apparently.
80.
Everyone, lock it in. 951 people die to lawnmowers. How? I feel like a trampoline is so much more blatantly dangerous to me. You're jumping like it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know what people are doing with their lawnmowers, but it is not safe. I'll tell you that.
That's crazy.
All right. This is my last shark-related one. Then I have just 2 dumb ones. Chris,
Okay.
how many sharks are there? Approximately.
Species or
Just individual
Total.
sharks.
dude?
There is a statistical guess that I found. I have no idea if it's accurate, but how many jaws are there? The oceans are big places.
Let's go 7 billion.
1 shark for every man.
Yeah.
I like it.
We hunt them so much, and they keep coming.
Maybe there would be 7 billion if we didn't
How
fish
many
them so
how many
much.
sharks how many babies can a shark have at once? And
Dude,
how
they can
often?
have like 20 in a litter.
Yeah.
They go hard.
So I'm thinking, yeah, you got
I will.
7 billion sharks.
You're a little high. I'll give you a little bit of a hint. You are a tad high.
A billion.
All right, is that your final answer?
No. 3 billion.
All right. The answer is 1 billion. Chris knew every last shark that's out there, and he threw it away. I can't believe this. You had it. Although it is kind of mind-boggling that for every 7 people, there is a shark.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Ready to eat them.
It's just crazy. Like, if you were at work and there were 21 people in the store, there were 3 sharks for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
All right, now these questions don't matter, Chris. Although I'm going to say you got that right because you said the words. That's pretty darn close. I'm going to say you got 7 for 10. That's pretty good. 7 out of 10. Granted, some of your guesses were a little low, but that's all right.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys got better than 7 out of 10, tell Chris how dumb he is in the comments.
Just lie about it.
Or just, yeah, everybody. I mean, we can't confirm or deny. Tell us what you got. Say you got 10 and make us feel bad. But for now, Chris, how many legends are there in Apex Legends?
Uh, 16.
There are 22. How many times have I requested you play Apex Legends with me?
I don't know.
An infinite number. You couldn't guess high enough. That's how many times. How many days will I be sad about this?
Indefinitely.
That's right. You got that one. You are suddenly 8 for 13 or something. And that's the end of my game. That's all I got.
That was good.
Thank you.
That was fun.
I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope you guys were playing along. But yeah, sharks are weird, dude. Sharks are funky creatures.
Yeah, they are. You gotta love them. They're cute.
Are they?
Yep.
I think they're trying to convince us they're cute by only killing 10 of us a year, but I think they have a plan.
Does that mean that people die from dogs more than sharks? Maybe we should just start having sharks as pets.
Oh, maybe you're right. I mean, 34 people were killed by dogs in the United States last year. So
That's
they're
my point.
beating the sharks by 300%.
Yeah.
It's kind of a little intimidating. I think you should look at Fluffy a little different from now on.
Any day now, Sam's gonna bite my jugular while I'm asleep.
That's right, dude. It's a terrifying thing to have a dog. A killer in the house. But man, like, what are your... We can go quickly through this. I don't know how much time we really need to spend on Jaws 2. But what are your general thoughts
However
on the
long
game?
we need.
Hopefully as long as the entire film, so that everyone can watch it for free in the background.
Yeah.
Do you have 3 words? That is technically a thing
I
we
didn't
do.
even think about it. But I got it. Cheap. Unnecessary. Competent.
Competent? Question mark? I feel like those are great words for it.
After you give your 3 words, I have an analogy for it.
Oh, perfect. I'll be super fast. Oh man, maybe I won't be. I'm trying my hardest. I'm just gonna say like sequel. Competent as well. And then
Sequel.
yeah, it's like your definition of like a sequel. Like it feels like a corporate, like I'm gonna say corporate, that's my last word, like a corporate sequel, you know? They saw the last movie made almost $500 million and they're like, yeah, we need to do another one of those really quick. But I'll leave it at that. I want to hear your analogy that you've tempted
Okay, so I got
me with.
two. I got kind of two. The first one is that I think this is like the first of its kind.
Oh, maybe it is.
And it's the sequel that plays on nostalgia. Like an Anchorman 2 or a Zoolander 2.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Exact same thing. You got the similar scenes, similar lines, similar characters. But that's neither here nor there. But the analogy is that this movie is the same thing as if the mailman came into your house and said, "I'm your dad." And you're like, "You're not my dad." It's like, "No, I'm your dad." And that's what this movie is. It's an imposter.
Dang.
It says it's Jaws, but it's not Jaws.
I feel like some deep childhood trauma is revealing itself through what you're saying. You're not my dad, Jaws.
So yeah, that's how I feel about it.
That is super correct.
It's a visage or a visage.
It's like it's wearing its skin.
Exactly.
Like it looks like Jaws. And I will say,
Sometimes.
a couple scenes and a couple characters like really brought it. And it stuck out because it was so odd that they were so like trying so hard. Like I think Rob Schneider's performance was quite good, all things considered. Roy. Do I call him Rob? It's because there's a Rob Schneider. And Roy
Mix those two up.
Scheider? Is Scheider even a name? Oh my gosh, by the way, this scene in the background is hilarious. He's taking, for those who can't see, he's taking cyanide. I don't know where this dude got a giant fat, like, juice box of cyanide, but he's got, like, a giant thing of cyanide. He's, like, putting cyanide on the tips of his bullets. And then he's like, how am I going to keep this cyanide on here? Oh, I know. I'm going to melt candle wax onto them. Anyway, sorry.
It's a wild scene that never comes back.
He tried. He shot the fish, dude.
I guess, yeah.
He poisoned the water with cyanide. Anyone who swims in that ocean's just gonna die.
It's like he's infecting poison the bullets with like HIV. It's like, I'm gonna give the shark AIDS.
Gonna make it so it can't have a family. Oh my gosh. That's beautiful. What the heck was I saying? Oh, Scheider. That's not a name. I was convinced his name was Schneider. I have never met a person whose name was Scheider. I thought they made a typo on the credits. Anyway, excuse me. You continue. I think I interrupted you, but I don't remember anymore.
I don't think you were talking.
Dang. I got so distracted by cyanide bullets. I think I was just saying, oh, it was him. I thought he did a good job, surprisingly, with what he had. And then the girl who screams, no. No. I'll put it on top. You guys will see it. It's hilarious.
Okay.
You guys will have your ears blasted by it probably in a moment here. But there was that one, and then there was the scene where with Tina, I think is her name, and she can like barely get the word shark out. It's kind of iconic.
Yeah, she's like stuttering and in shock. Yeah.
Tina! It's still there! Tina, it's okay. It's still there. What's the matter? What's still there? What's still there?
It's a good, like they did a good job. So that's like these moments of brilliance. And then the rest of the movie is just kind of this incredibly dull, boring TV movie, you know?
for sure. Yeah, they made so many mistakes for like a Jaws movie. I think the first mistake was showing the shark so soon.
Right away.
Right away. We know it's a shark. I mean, I guess you can just already tell, but because it's a sequel to Jaws, but still, it's takes the whole anticipation away. And yeah, I don't know. I love Roy Scheider, and I just gotta say, like, he's the only good part of the movie for me.
Yeah.
And I did not even consider enjoying the movie until halfway through. Like, once they started playing on Brody having like PTSD, and he is just like afraid that there's a shark out there and he's going crazy, I really like that stuff, and I feel like that's the only way you could have continued the story in any feasible way, even though you shouldn't.
No,
It should have never been made.
Yeah. I think you're right, though. I think it's like going like the PTSD angle, and he's doing this crazy stuff. I mean, it's pretty funny.
The thing I'm surprised about is that no one believed him in this movie, even though no one believed him last time, and there was a shark in the end.
Yeah.
So they should have learned their lesson.
I think the most unbelievable part of the movie is like they're not believing him again. Like they're freaking crazy, you know?
Yeah.
But I mean, he does run around a beach with cyanide-laced bullets, like waving his gun to try to get children to like move. And my favorite, and I think they did it on purpose to drive home like how crazy he was going. But he lifts the gun, and there's like still a kid in front of him.
There's still a kid in the water, yeah.
He just like shoots over the kid's shoulder at a school of fish.
No, it's great.
There's a couple pretty effective scenes. Like I was expecting a 2, and I got like a 5. You know what I mean? Out of 10. So,
okay.
Not that bad.
No, not at all.
And it is a better shark movie than like 90% of shark movies, which is a really hard thing to say. But I don't think that's wrong. I mean, there are, according to IMDb, 109 shark movies. I think Jaws 2 is better than at least 100 of them.
Maybe.
I'd rather watch this than The Meg any day of the week.
I don't know. Looks pretty stupid.
The Meg makes me sick. I hate it. And then like you have got like Sharknado. I mean, that's got redeeming qualities, right? But then, man, like how can they not
Deep
make a
Blue
shark
Sea.
movie? They're terrifying creatures. Just let them be themselves. Anyway.
Yeah. I don't know. The first one is just the only one.
Yes.
Steven Spielberg did the ultimate shark movie that can never be topped.
He used all of his talent right out the gate, and then he put out E.T. Yeah. He put it all. He put everything into Jaws, and it was great because of it.
Mm-hmm. I wonder though, because the intention was to have Bruce in the film more, but since he wasn't working, they weren't able to show him till later in the film. I wonder, since they have a working Bruce, that maybe Jaws 1 would have been more like this one if not for the complications.
Jaws 1 is just a happy accident. That's depressing to think. Maybe that's true.
That is depressing, but I'll take it.
Maybe that's how some of the best things are made in life, though. You know? It just kind of happens by accident.
Yeah. Lightning in a bottle.
That's right, man. Ugh. It's crazy to think. But yeah, this movie's
I was going to say, though, like, yeah, it is. For a movie that shows the shark a lot, you don't really see it kill anybody ever.
Yeah, I thought this movie was a lot more PG than the last movie. Did you feel that way?
Yeah, well, first off, whoever was the cinematographer was just dumb. He was just like trying new things, like the perspective from the fin and the nose of the shark. You never see the shark bite anybody.
Yeah, I felt like the first one was
like
more
a rubber
violent.
shark. It looks like a different shark. It looks like a rubber shark because there's like one scene where the shark, like, here's a boat and the shark goes like this, and it looks like half of it was like bending inward.
Yeah, it like
looks really
squishes
weird.
on the side of the boat.
Yeah, it's like made out of foam or something. So I don't know, but yeah, the fact that you're not seeing the shark bite anybody or kill anybody, just always off screen. You don't see blood ever, really. There's no blood in the movie.
There's like blood in just the one scene, but it's like blood that like floats up after Ed is eaten.
Floats up,
It's not like in the other movie. The other movie has, I don't know, maybe I'm misremembering
of blood.
But I thought it had tons of blood.
The first movie has gallons of blood, dude. Like when Quint dies, or when the sailor dude who's like the Boy Scout leader dies. Gruesome scenes.
That's what I thought.
Like horrifying.
Yeah. And I mean, the girl at the beginning, there may not be blood, but it's like violent. You know, it's a violent death.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how this movie is going to compare with 3D and The Revenge in terms of like how gruesome it is, because you know, you start getting into the 80s, you start getting into the more the B tier horror movies, the
slasher flicks.
Yeah, the slasher flicks, the nudity, you know, you start putting more stuff like that in there, and like the dumb gore, like
yeah,
the horrible effects. I wonder how that's gonna pan out, but
I wonder how that manifests, because
this movie does seem like a step back in rating, but it's also a sequel, and it's coming right before the 80s, so it's just weird.
Yeah.
It's a very weird movie. And this scene where the shark pulls the helicopter into the ocean. I'm surprised the blades didn't hurt the shark.
No, of course not. He's impenetrable.
And no one got stabbed from the shrapnel, which I thought was a given.
Very lucky. Yeah, I think the thing is, this is like a teen movie. And they didn't want to kill any of the teens, really. Like, there were a bunch of times, and granted, 2 of them do die, but it's like off screen, like you said. Like, I really expected to see these kids get like their arms bitten off, you know, but I mean, they're like 16, 15, they're kids, and maybe they didn't feel comfortable murdering the kids.
I don't know. It's very weird.
Like, Marge dies saving Sean. She literally gets eaten whole. Like, it doesn't bite her even. It's just, she just is consumed. She is part inside of the shark. So it's
weird.
It's very odd.
In the first movie, a 12-year-old dies.
Yeah.
A couple of them.
They weren't scared of killing kids back then.
Kill those kids.
Dude, how many sharks do you think you could fight?
With my hands?
On land.
On land?
They're still huge.
Like 25-footers, or are we talking like normal 10 feet?
A 10-foot shark. Like, if it was standing, it'd be twice as tall as you. It's just laying on the ground, flopping around. It's just
a beach shark that...
It wants to kill you, though. You have just your fists. I mean, I think I would die. I don't think I could do it. He'd take me out even on land. Oh, hey, look, this is where Marge dies.
Oh, is it?
Is it? Maybe I'm wrong. No, I think this is where Marge dies. Everyone watch. Boom. She's gone. There's no bites. No blood. No anything. Anyway, sorry. But yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, I'd probably fight like 3.
3.
Well, I'm not fighting them all at once. Like,
I mean, yeah, I guess it's an endurance.
I have to fight them one at a time.
Take care of one, then do the other.
It's not like they're going to gang up on me. They can't really move.
This is true. They would just kind of have to flop around.
Mm-hmm. Wait for me.
I feel like I'd try to get strategic, and then one would just roll over on me, and I would just suffocate as if I were in bed.
I killed the first shark, and then I pull its teeth out and put it in between my fingers, and now I have like shark teeth fists.
You'd Liam Neeson the other fish.
Yeah,
that's good. I think that's
It'd be
the
called
strat.
The White.
Oh, the White, dude, the Great White.
Yeah,
it'd be amazing. You should do it. You should talk to Liam. I'm sure Liam Neeson would definitely do it. He'll do anything if you give him like, I don't know, like a Panera Bread gift card. He'll be in any movie.
Jeez, yeah, I don't know about this movie. It's not good.
Yeah, nobody watch it. I feel like these are the kind of movies that we talk about simply because why not, and to tell everyone else not to watch them. And now we're locked in. Now we're locked into the Jaws franchise. We got to find some Jaws games. I know that the Jaws game was a hallmark
Yeah,
of your
Jaws
youth.
Unleashed is awesome.
So maybe we'll have to dig that up and pretend it's not Maneater. Be excited.
Yeah, Maneater's so good, though.
I know, your favorite game. Can't wait for it to be on your game of the year this year as well. Should we give people a preview of what to expect from the next couple episodes? Tell them what we're working on here?
Sure, go ahead.
I don't know what we're working on. I was hoping you'd cover it. I'm just kidding. God of War is coming up with our good friend Michael. You remember him from the pizza episode. So that's coming up. We're excited about that. Bloodborne's in the works. John, thanks for asking. We're getting there. Chris is carrying me. The game's easy now that I have him to do it for me. Jaws 3D, obviously, coming up at some point in the future.
Yeah.
We'll have to give our brains a little bit of time to unrot themselves from watching this, and then we can be ready for that. And I've been playing Inscription. I don't think you'll like Inscription at all.
Really?
Maybe you would. It's very meta, but like in a good way. Not like it's like a game within a game within a game sort of deal.
Mm-hmm.
And it is a card game. Very much like Slay the Spire. Kind of. You'd have to play it. It's good, though. It's good. It's going on and on, but it's good. I'm probably like 10, 12 hours in, and I'm surprised that it's just still going. So,
Wow.
yeah.
Okay.
You'll see. Maybe you should try it. But that's my little preview. I'll have more to say about it in the future, because I'll probably finish it. I'll definitely finish it by the time we do another episode, so...
Yeah, I'm waiting for a physical release.
Oh, nice. It is cool. Like visually, it's a really, really cool game. You'd like that part of it.
Yeah, I can like anything as long as it like speaks to me. Slay the Spire just looks dumb.
Dude, it's so good though.
Yeah, but it looks dumb.
The art style, admittedly, is atrocious. Like I hate.
Yeah, so
I really
I
don't
can't
like
say
the
that.
way Slay the Spire looks. Inscription has a much better like X factor and aesthetic to it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's all I have. That's all I got.
Okay.
It's getting late here, as you can see. The darkness is pouring in through the windows.
Yes.
But you have anything else you'd like to leave the audience with, my friend?
No. Not really. I had one thing written down.
Ooh.
This is for all the actors that came back
Mhm.
to this movie. This is the movie where all the original actors decide to kill their careers.
Yes.
It's funny that Richard Dreyfuss wouldn't come back. I'm pretty sure he was working on something else at the time, but I bet he just didn't want to come back. And neither did Spielberg, obviously.
Yeah.
Why would he want to?
After the suffering, they didn't want to do anymore.
Atrocious. But yeah, I got nothing more to say.
Wow. What a beautiful, beautiful movie it was. You sign us off, my friend?
If you like what you watched or listened to today, please considering subscribing. Hit the like. Write a comment down. Tell us how dumb we are. Tell us how much you love us.
Please.
And yeah, that's pretty much it. So long, turkeys.
Get out of here, turkeys.
And that's that.
And that's a wrap.